Ladies and gentlemen and boys and girls, welcome to yet another episode of Lima Shenanigans of 1977. It's time for the Boston Sports News Talk from Big Beefy E's Boston Ballers Beat. And here's the host that will bring you all the Boston sports news, Eric M. Lima.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. That's right. My shenanigans have arrived once again, ladies and gentlemen. It is the 1,435th episode of the show. It's my second episode of Big Beefy E's Boston Ballers Beat. Now, you want to know what that is? Well, I talk about Boston sports on here. And ballers could, are basically, sports athletes or players or teams, that play with a ball, except for the Bruins, they play with a puck. So, I got a lot of ground to cover on this one. So, hang on to your hats, folks, because this one is going to get a little crazier than usual, okay? So, got lots to respond upon, lots of ground to cover, lots of things happening. So, some good, some bad, some indifferent. Well, it happens. And also, I think the tie-in to this episode, we have a VPA. I got my package coming already from eBay. It has to do with Boston sports. I do believe, if I think what it is, well, let's be happy about it. So, but right now, let's talk about a little bit of sad news. We're going to get it out of the way. A legendary NBA player has passed away at the age of 71 to succumb to his battle to cancer. The legendary Bill Walton, who played for the Portland Trail Blazers and the Boston Celtics during his time in the NBA, has passed away at the age of 71. He also was a legendary broadcaster for college basketball, regular basketball, and he did a Chicago White Sox game. He became a White Sox fan, which I think was really super cool to hear about this, because it's great to see athletes support other athletes, and Bill Walton, he was one of a kind. He was one of a kind. He was also a celebrity contestant on Tic-Tac-Toe at one point. There was a picture of him and Susie Chaffee. I think, and I'll tell you, Susie Chaffee went 2 or 3 in Barry Enright game shows, I should say, because she also did Celebrity Bullseye. She was opposing Ernest Borgnine when I finally got a chance to tape the show back in the year 2000. That's 24 years ago. But might I digress? Bill Walton was a Celtic for a short term, and I think he helped the Celtics win in the 86 championship against the LA Lakers, and he is to be missed. And my condolences and prayers go out to his son Luke, who was a baller in his own right with the LA Lakers and such, and the rest of Bill Walton and his family. Condolences and prayers go to them as well. And just let you know that Bill Walton, an NBA legend, passed away at the age of 71 due to cancer. So rest in peace, Bill Walton. We will miss you. You're a good man. You were a good man. Now you can go off and now you're free to roam the cosmos and say hi to many of the athletes that have passed on before us. Say hi to those athletic legends. Or say hi to Kobe for us while you're up there and tell him how good of a player he was when he was with the Lakers. So I respect Kobe Bryant as well. So, rest in peace, Bill Walton. But now, onto some better news. In a shocking move, we didn't expect this to happen. We were hoping this would happen, but we didn't expect it to come this soon. Angel Hernandez, the most controversial umpire in recent Major League history, has decided to retire. Thank the good Lord. That's what all the Major League Baseball players and managers and everybody else is saying, and the fan bases are saying. Because of the fact that this guy misses more calls than someone who doesn't use a cell phone. You know what I mean? I mean, seriously, this guy... this guy was so stupid he made Jessica Simpson could make better calls than Angel Hernandez. That's how bad Angel Hernandez was. I know Steve McMichael. I hope he's doing well. I pray that he's doing well. I know he's fighting ALS right now, but he did call out Angel Hernandez at one point. I thought Angel Hernandez was going to beat the crap out of Mongo. I wouldn't do that. He's a former United States champion, Angel Hernandez. But Angel Hernandez is finally retired. We're probably going to talk a little bit more about this on the Dugout Crew podcast this coming Thursday in a couple of days. So I'm sure that if Joey Acacia comes on, Jesse Ortiz comes on, they'll have a lot to say about Angel Hernandez. I know I do. The fact of the matter is, oh my goodness. I know he screwed up a couple of plays during the Red Sox-Yankees division series in 2018, but they were overturned. So you're like, okay, here we go. So we'll kind of find this out. Yeah, thank God he's retired. Anybody is happy that Angel Hernandez is retired, please like this video and comment on how you feel about Angel Hernandez. He's like the dangerous Danny Davis of Major League Baseball, you know. And I mean, the poor guy. But however, though, we're glad he's retired, though, and you know it's better for him to be retired than get fired, you know. And I'm sure a lot of people are calling for his head on a silver platter, but I'm sure if I were Angel Hernandez, take the easy way out, retire, man. This one, and that's the name of the. So that's the way Angel Hernandez is going to go. He is retiring he is retiring. Thank God, you know. I'll tell you one thing. He's probably gotten all he's gotten and says, you know what? That's it. You guys feel that way about me? I'll retire. I don't care. I'll make y'all happy. You know what I mean? It's like thank you, Lord, for making this. You know. Yeah, I think Angel Hernandez just knows this guy giving no way out. He's like, if he's not going to do anything in the World Series, you might as well retire, because you make so many bad calls and you miss so many calls. Not even funny, Angel. You're going to have to retire. You're going to have to sit your butt down. I know he has some fun moments, like, you know, when Adrian Beltre ran all the way up to left field after, you know, in a Little League play, and then he jokes around with Adrian Beltre afterwards. Yeah, he has his fun moments, but yeah, Angel Hernandez, thank God, he retired. He decided to retire. Thank you. Hopefully he'll send a message to all the other umps. No more bad calls. And clean the wax out of your ears. Okay? Jeepers. For heaven's sake, please, you know? Best of luck in your retirement, though, Angel Hernandez. Seriously, you know? Even though, yeah, we get on your case about making bad calls, but, dude, you deserve a retirement. You deserve your retirement. Just sit back. You don't have to worry about making bad calls no more. Just relax. Be with your wife. Although you probably make bad calls with your wife in the bedroom. Oh, jeez. I probably did a duty there. Anywho. So, other great news if you're a local Boston sports fan like myself. The Boston Celtics defeated the Indiana Pacers last night in Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals. 105-102 to advance to complete the 4-game sweep of the Indiana Pacers and going on to the NBA Finals to await the winner of the Dallas Mavericks Minnesota Timberwolves Western Conference Series, which right now the Dallas Mavericks have a 3-0 lead over the Minnesota Timberwolves. Very shocking considering the Timberwolves upset the defending NBA champ from last year, the Denver Nuggets, eliminating them from the playoffs. So that is a huge deal. So that, you know, will definitely going to guarantee a brand new NBA champion. The question is, who is it going to be? Is it going to be the Celtics? Is it going to be the Mavericks, or is it going to be the Timberwolves? If the Timberwolves want to have a chance, they're going to have to surge back and pull a 2004 Red Sox in order for this to happen. So that's the way it is. Now, let's get to the heart of why I did this video. Why I'm decided to do this video as a Boston sports fan. As you know, this is Big Beefy East Boston Ballers Beat. As you know, I talk about everything Boston sports related. Yesterday, on an episode of Both of Us on the Sofas, the boys went over a list of some of the most toxic fan bases from each region. Unfortunately, all our fan bases up here in the Northeast, here in Massachusetts, have been named that. Well, I'm not here to yell at anybody or be mad at anybody. I'm here to bring a counterpoint of this situation of why the Boston sports fans are the way they are. Some of the people in the media call us toxic. Some of the people, friends I know call us toxic. It's basically, toxic was a big, huge word. Too much of a strong word, if you ask me. There are a lot of, I think, I'm trying to, I'm trying to analyze this whole situation. And I have friends like I said, both on the Sofas. Even though they did apologize, I accept their apology. And And another good buddy from I met on the Bopers live chat, Miss Tiffany Green, really upset that the Pacers lost. And here's the 411 skinny of why the so personally, all right, as an old school Boston sports fan, okay, I grew up in the 80s and 90s and learning about the history of our Boston sports teams. Now, when I became a Boston sports fan back in 1986 due to me being a Red Sox fan, I realized that the Red Sox back then had not won a World Series since 1918. And I realized, supporting the Bruins in hockey back then, this is 80s and 90s, mind you, the Bruins have not won a Stanley Cup at that point since 1972. The Patriots obviously have not won a Super Bowl since their first inception in the NFL back in 1960. The only team, when I started becoming a Boston sports fan, that has been successful somewhat, were the Boston Celtics. Now, the Boston Celtics had enjoyed won 8 straight championships. I think that's a run that I don't think anybody's duplicated as of yet. I think the only team close to that is the Chicago Bulls, I think, with 6 straight, I think. So, I don't mind. I don't mind the Celtics. I studied up on their legacy with a book that my pastor gave me on the Boston Celtics. Read up on that and read like legends like Larry Bird, Dennis Johnson, Danny Ainge, Bill Walton, Robert Parrish, Kevin McHale, and such. So I got to and read Auerbach, the legendary owner of the team at the time. And ever since his passing, the Celtics teams have not been the same, obviously. The reason why there are... Now, us old school fans, we've been frustrated. Now, this is back before 2001, mind you. Okay, this is pre-2001. Because from 2001 to at least 2020, that's where Boston sports teams rattle off together between 4 teams, 12 championships. And I want to, it's a little bit of boast about, but let me explain. We've been frustrated, all right? Us Boston sports fans, the old school Boston sports fans, have been frustrated for years. And we had to hear the jokes of 1918, Bill Buckner jokes from 86, Bucky Dent in 78, 2003, you get Aaron Bleep and Boone, and then you got... the jokes about being bums, moving to Cape Cod, calling themselves the born losers, and all this good stuff. And we felt, and we bought old school Boston sports fans about the moment they win a championship, like the Red Sox, we're going off on Yankee fans. We're going off on people who don't believe on the Red Sox. That's how we felt. All right, that's how we felt back then. Us. But as us old school fans start seeing our teams win championships, we're starting to, I relaxed a little bit. I said, okay, I'm happy we won another championship. And we could joke around with friends and family, but at the same time, I try not to be too toxic. And here's why. I try to be, when the Rams, I thought the Rams were going to beat the Patriots. And I was thinking the Rams ain't going to back down. The Titans came close to beating the Rams. Rams were very, very good. You get the greatest show on turf. Kurt Warner as a quarterback. I thought, well, the Rams, it's really tough because this is the third time the Patriots, back then, Super Bowl 36 was the third time the Patriots made a Super Bowl appearance. It took a third time to charm, they could do it. We had a lot going on, like, post 9/11 and everything else in between. And for the Patriots finally kicked one through the uprights, and finally, in the second, I was very happy for the Patriots. I was happy that they won. I was happy that finally we got our championship. And I got to see that in my lifetime. It was really, really cool. I was heartbroken in 86 when, but then I could easily hate on the Mets. But the Mets, capitalized on an opportunity. You got to respect that. Sometimes when a team makes mistakes, you capitalize on your opponent's when your opponent makes a mistake, you capitalize on their mistake. And that's what the Mets did, basically, And I kind of, like I said, I don't blame the Mets because they did it. They took advantage. Like I said, they took advantage, and that was a blunder made by John McNamara. He did not manage that game 6 and 7, very well in the World Series. So but after '87 season into the '88 season, midway through, they fired John McNamara and got Joe Morgan to come in, and Joe Morgan led them to the Eastern Division title. Now, yeah, I can get really frustrated with the Yankees winning all those world titles and then making fun of, Derek Jeter, call him Derek Cheater and all that good stuff. But I always try to show respect and say, Derek Jeter's a good ball player. He brings class to the game. He rarely gets ejected. I don't think he's ever gotten ejected. He never gets, he's always been level-headed. You gotta respect that. Mariano Rivera, he was one of the best closers. He's always been focused, and and they have, Jorge Posada brings the passion. I can give props to Yankee players, like my friend Tiffany Green was upset that the Celtics swept the Pacers. So I tried to calm her down and said, listen, I'm not bad. I'm a Celtics fan, but I'm not that toxic, because listen, we had 17 world championships, and I'm very, very cool with that. Tied with the Lakers. I would like for the Celtics to win at least one more, so we can go over the Lakers. That's what we want, But sad to do it against a great team like the Pacers. And the Pacers, like I said, games 3 and 4, the Pacers had a couple of leads until, like I said, the Celtics had to come through come through in the clutch, and the Celtics just got motivated. When you're down by a few points, you got to be motivated. You got to get, the Pacers really kicked the Celtics in the butt right now, and unfortunately for the Pacers, the Celtics ended up winning. And I told Tiffany Green that the Celtics have a bright future ahead of them. I told her a couple of key 2 players away, and you might put it all together, finally win a title. And they've probably been rattled ever since the whole Malice in the Palace thing against the Detroit Pistons, and probably they've been cursed by that. I believe ever since, I think it's plagued the Pacers ever since, because I don't know what would have happened if those players were not involved in that brawl and they were not suspended for the season. Pacers would have, had that chance to, who knows, those players would have been the main key players for the Pacers back then to win a championship. But unfortunately, we'll never know, So, yeah, I believe the Pacers are going to have a bright future ahead of them. And, personally, I think, like I said, there are a couple of key players away. Like, I'm not going to complain about the Bruins being eliminated. They ran into a great team, Panthers. Panthers had the Bruins number. I said, ever since, they have not been the same since Patrice Bergeron retired. And not only that, the fact that, David Pastrnak, my other friend, Peter Gagno, who is Florida Panther, said, hey, Pasta was non-existent throughout the game. They're going to have to get some other key players that would help Brad Marchand and Pasta out. They're going to need more key players between those two, Marchi and Pasta. They're going to need help, and Bruins got to step up within the team, or you have to go from outside the team to sign on some free agents. Say, hey, can you be a game changer? Can you help us out? That's the main thing. I got to give the Florida Panthers a lot of credit. They have been the team. This may be their year. I don't know. We shall see. They're playing against a very tough New York Rangers team right now in the Eastern Conference Finals, while the Dallas Stars are going against the Edmonton Oilers. Last time the Edmonton Oilers even made it this far, probably when Wayne Gretzky was an Oiler along with Mark Messier, I do believe. And New York Rangers coming this far, like last time they made it, Mark Messier played for the Rangers as well. So and then did Wayne Gretzky play for the New York Rangers as well? I gotta look that up. Give me a second here, folks. Yeah, Wayne Gretzky. Give me a second. What about the great one, Wayne Gretzky? Oh, wait a minute. Wayne Gretzky. All right, Wayne Gretzky, 63 years old. Wayne Gretzky. He played for the Rangers. He played for the Blues, Kings, Rangers. Yep. And Anyways. Yeah, still married to Wayne freaking Gretzky. Would you believe that? Janet Jones. Okay. Anyways, yeah, you did play for the Rangers as well. So that's a huge deal. The Patriots, I think when I'm defending the Patriots, as a sports fan, when people accuse the Patriots of cheating, you're angry about this because talking about Deflategate, none of these fans outside of the New England sports arena area, none of the fan bases outside understand that we live in the coldest region in America, besides Canada. All right, we're talking America now. We live in one of the coldest regions in America, not the coldest, but one of the coldest regions in America. And usually the air pressure goes a little bit down. They don't understand that science, and they tried. These fan bases outside of New England sports fans are trying to do whatever it takes to discredit the Patriots, and that's what made us New England sports fans very angry about it because we waited since 1960 for our first Super Bowl. For over 50 years, over 40 years, the Patriots have waited for their first Super Bowl. And then when we got it and we collected 5 more, they all complain. They all complain about Deflategate, Spygate, every gate that That's when, I've about had enough and I decided, well, your team's better and all that. You got a lot of New England sports fans very, very angry about this. And, because the hard work, and you're trying to discredit the hard work our New England sport. Basically, the reason why us Boston sports fans can be angry and toxic sometimes, because we're sick and tired of every fan base outside of New England sports trying to discredit the hard work that our players and teams in this region has put in to deliver to us all the championships that we have. And, and it hurts and it sickens me, and it hurts. Because the fact of the matter is that the hard work, it's like hard work has not paid off, and it really, really stinks that some fan bases, sports fan bases outside New England sports, Boston sports, could come at us like this, and that's why we sometimes we have to fight back, unfortunately, and defend our teams, and sometimes it causes us to be toxic sometimes, and it sucks, I know. But when it comes to me, by the way, like I said, but that's what happens. But, however, as far as championships are concerned, I can relax a little bit. I can, notice I don't insult the Yankees as much as I do anymore, because the Red Sox did what they had to do. Red Sox did what they did, and that was break the curse back in 2004. Relax. Yes, we won 3 more World Series championships. I'm happy with that. Like I'm happy with the Patriots winning 6 Super Bowls. That's cool. Well, I'd like for us to win a 7th, but it's not going to be very easy because we don't have Tom Brady anymore. We don't have Bill Belichick anymore. And that's, like I said, this is a new era we're entering in with Gerard Mayo as coach and Drake May possibly the new franchise quarterback for the Patriots. This is going to be a very, very tough challenge the Patriots that we'll have to handle. So, like I said, I am not going to be angry if they lose, have a losing season. I'm going to say, listen, we're on a rebuilding stage right now, I would love to see I love to see the Patriots basically go all the way and try to win another Super Bowl. If they do it in that first season with Mayo as coach, that would be great. But realistically, I know it isn't going to happen. But I want to keep up, an optimistic thing about it. Like the Bruins. I'm sad they got eliminated by the Panthers. Like I said, they're a key player or two away from putting it all together for winning a championship. Like these other teams got it all figured out, and who knows what's going to happen, Let's talk about the NBA Finals. Yeah, the Celtics have made it there. A lot of people don't like to see the Celtics. Hey, listen, we felt the same way about the Golden State Warriors. They've been there. They've been a dynasty. The Celtics, the last time Celtics even got to a championship was back in 2022, going against the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors were good, and that's why I was a little disappointed they lost out on getting number 18. But at the same time, though, I knew I had to be patient. I had to be patient with with the Celtics because they, like I said, they're probably a key player or two away, and now they must have got those key player or two in J. Rue Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis. because now the Celtics are just basically 4 victories away from winning number 18. But in order to get there, they have to get by either the Dallas Mavericks or Minnesota. Dallas Mavericks have been pretty good. I mean, when was the last time they made the NBA Finals? When Dirk Nowitzki was playing for them. They have not been the same since he left that team. Now you got Kyrie Irving, which I personally want to see the Dallas and Boston final, because that way Kyrie Irving could be an underlining storyline, because he played for the Celtics at one point, and now this will be a very interesting series if it goes that way. But Dallas has to win tonight. Know that, because I cannot underestimate the Timberwolves. They're a young team. Not only that, they upset the defending NBA champs, Denver Nuggets, eliminating them. The Timberwolves will have to go back to what they were against the Nuggets if they have any chance of making history in the NBA. So to conquer this 3-0 deficit that they have. So that's a huge deal for them. They have to make, unfortunately. So we'll see what happens tonight when the Dallas Mavericks face the Minnesota Timberwolves. But bottom line is, if you felt like I was being a toxic Boston sports fan, I do apologize. Because the fact of the matter is, I'm an old school Boston sports fan. Like I said, we've been frustrated for years for our teams to win the championship. And what irks me is when we start winning the championships, fans try to find a way to discredit us by accusing our Boston sports teams of being cheaters, Spygate, the Flygate, trash cans, everything else. And I'm sorry, and I get upset because the fact is that they want championships stripped from us, championships that players on the teams worked hard for. And we finally got over the hump of the curse and all that. That's what irks me. I get angry sometimes. But now that we have these championships and nobody's done anything, none of the leagues or anything like that, I can relax. I can say, okay. Now, like I said, I would love to see, like I said, it was very... During the pandemic, it was pretty tough because the Red Sox and Patriots have a hard time winning. Red Sox lost to the Baltimore Orioles 11-3 yesterday. Now, I'm not going to hate on the Baltimore Orioles. They got a great young team. They're the defending American League East champions. The Yankees, the reason why they're in first place. Not just the pitching, but their offense. We have Anthony Rizzo, Giancarlo Stanton, Juan Soto, and Aaron Judge stepping up as the new modern-day murderers row, because the guys can hit the long ball. You know what I mean? I got to give the Yankees credit, even though I'm supposed to hate the Yankees as a Red Sox fan. But I give credit what credit is due. So you got that. So I do apologize if I have been acting as a toxic Boston sports fan. I do apologize. I always give credit, like I said, the Pacers, bright team, great future ahead of them. The only sad part is that we had the New York Rangers in the Eastern Conference Finals. If the Bruins had not been eliminated, if the Bruins advanced against, had the Bruins beat the Florida Panthers in the second round and advanced to the finals against the New York Rangers, and had the New York Knicks beat the Pacers and advanced, we would have had Boston New York sports rivalries in both of those Eastern Conference Finals. But unfortunately, the chips fell where they are, and unfortunately that didn't happen. It would have been great and cool when we say Boston, New York, one of the greatest sports rivalries in America. You had Red Sox, Yankees in the top of that list. It could have been Boston could have been part of 2 great sports rivalries in the NBA. You had Boston, LA, Boston Celtics and Lakers, and you got the Boston Celtics and Knicks. But unfortunately, that did not happen. The Celtics did advance. They beat the Pacers. Like, the Pacers are very young. I think it's the inexperience for most of the players that caused the Pacers. But I think with a little bit more, if you get players with a little bit more playoff experience, key players, like I said, key 1 or 2 players, they could put it all together and possibly win a title for next season. And I'm hoping for all you Pacers fans out there, hopefully that will happen. And I'm sure, and I'm sure, you could scout the Celtics if they during their play, you can pick up a few things. Okay, this is what we did wrong. Okay, this is what they did. We got to counter that and all that. Plan ahead. That way, when the Pacers come around next season, they'll be prepared. And if they end up winning the NBA title, it'll be by grit, hard work, studying your opponents. And if I were the Celtics right now, take this time, not just to relax, scout the Dallas Mavericks, scout the Timberwolves, see what you're dealing with. And that way you can tell the coach, hey, they're doing this, this, and this, how we're going to do this, So I'm excited that the Celtics are in the finals. This is the second time post-pandemic they made it to the finals. Hopefully the Celtics will deliver a post-pandemic championship to here in Boston. So, like I said, since the pandemic, our Boston sports teams weren't able to do anything. But at the same time, I'm relaxing because we had 12 championships for the first 19 years of the new millennium, and that's good. But I know we want to win more. It's the hunger. The Celtics were hungry. They were hungry, and they had to be motivated. That's the thing. Key thing: motivation. Motivation. That will be a great key for them to win. All right. So, yeah. So I'm not being a toxic Boston sports fan. I'm speaking as a Boston sports fan and a sports fan in general. I know what's up. Listen, as an old school Boston sports fan, I've been frustrated by all the jokes and everything else, and our team's not winning. Well, we finally won the team. I got it all on my system. I can relax. Listen, happy that the Patriots won 6 Super Bowls. Happy the Red Sox won 4 World Series, and the Bruins won a title, Stanley Cup in 2011. The Celtics won a title in 2008. I'd like to see them collect this title, get another one. If not, it's okay. That means they could be one big guy, one major play away, or it could be a major mistake that could cost them in the end. But right now, Celtics, catbird seat, so to speak, but they're going to have to watch out for either the Mavericks. If the Mavericks win tonight, it's going to be a dogfight between both teams. That's what I'm predicting. If the Mavericks win tonight. If the Timberwolves win, there'll be something the Celtics could pick up on. Who knows? So, all in all, bottom line is, sometimes we old school Boston sports fans have that frustration. But let's talk about the younger generation of Boston sports fans. I think they've been more spoiled than we old school fans have, and that could be the major reason why I think that the fan base can be a little bit toxic sometimes. And sometimes you have to just slow your roll and just dial back a little bit. Say, hey, listen, all you young Boston sports fans. Hey, we appreciate you guys want to brag about our teams and proud of our teams. That's great. But be careful what you say, we don't want to, show respect to the other teams. Be classy about it, listen, there are a lot of other great teams out there that give our New England sports teams a run for their money. Definitely. But, like I said, don't focus your hate on the other Boston sports, on the other teams that are outside the Boston sports area. Just focus on what team. What mistakes did our teams make that they need to pick up? They need to, correct. What mistakes they need to correct for next season or for the next game or something like that. That's the main thing. So that's what I got. That's the major reason why I think our New England sports fan base is not toxic. Sometimes has been the way they've been because we're passionate about our teams. And sometimes we get upset when our teams are accused of cheating. We get upset if our teams are being bums and they're being called bums every single name, making Bill Buckner jokes, 1918 jokes, Bucky Dent, Aaron Boone jokes, and all. And that's kind of, I think it's how much of it can we take? And and so sometimes we couldn't take it anymore. When our team finally won a championship, we want to go off. We want to scream. We want to, we want to say, ha ha, in your face, and how you like us now, and all that. We done that. I had it all in my system, but now I'm dialing it back a little bit. Just saying, So that's the reason why. So I hope the Bofa boys, Tiffany Green, and everybody else that's been hearing this, watching this, understand where I'm coming from. So I am being a Boston sports fan, though, is not very easy. Trust me on this one. So, Before we conclude this video, I got this is a very special BVA episode, and what this is something I got from eBay, and it has to do with Boston sports, so I'm going to have to open this up, let's see if I can, they taped it pretty good, too, that's the problem, they taped it pretty good, and, this is the longest video outside of video games that I've done, so I'm trying to open this up, and if you feel like Hulk Hogan, see if I can, just give me a second here. And just, I don't want to cut, They say don't run with scissors, but this is ridiculous. Okay. And while I'm on the subject, like I said, our Red Sox team has not done well because of injuries to key players like Tristan Casas and Masataka Yoshida. Our pitching staff, they're still trying to get back because they just recovered. Most of our pitching staff recovered from injury, so they're having trouble, getting their players out and all that good stuff. So that's a thing too. I know they got a little chippy on the last game against Milwaukee, and they got a little chippy because I think it's frustration on. I've heard that Chris Martin didn't like anybody bunting on them with a close lead, a 1-1 tie. They felt, I think Chris Martin felt like that he was disrespected on that point. So, see if I can. Okay, we're almost there, folks. We're almost there. Ow. Oh. Gotta be careful here, dude. Gotta be careful. Okay. Oh, I got it. Okay. There we go. And, why did they wrap it up in a newspaper? So, okay. Aha! Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. I have got it. Time to open it up. Brand new. There you go. There goes the box. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you the 2024 Boston Red Sox yearbook. And with Rafi Devers, Brian Bayo, and Tristan Casas in there. And this is a souvenir since 1951. So it shows us the schedule for. So right now, you know what? I can just consult this now for Dugout Crew podcast. So right now we're in the month of May. We got a Baltimore series. We got tonight a game against Baltimore, another game against Baltimore, and then Detroit. To end May into June, we have Detroit, Atlanta in June. Let me see, July during the Wayland City Festival. Oh, Oakland, Kansas City Royals. I think we played them before. Because usually when it comes to the Wayland City Festival, we usually play against Red Sox. Usually plays against the against an American League East team. And you got Sam Kennedy and Craig Breslow. I don't need to show you the owners. You know who the owners are. Suicide Squad. Killed the Justice League. Alex Cora. There he is. You got Andrew Bailey. Jason Veritek now, part of it. Let me see. Ben Rosenthal, assistant hitting coach. Kevin Walker, bullpen. We got 3 hitting coaches. Ramon Vasquez is the bench coach. Andy Fox, first base. Kyle Hudson, third base coach. And here we go. We got Rafael Devers, the face of the Red Sox organization. And we got Kenley Jansen. Trevor Story, decided he's out for the season. I feel bad for him. Liam Hendricks, when he comes back, I think that's the reason why I think we might trade, the Red Sox might trade Kenley Jansen because Liam Hendricks is on his way back. I'm hoping that and when he comes back, he's our new closer. So Liam Hendricks, that could be the reason why I think that maybe he was ready. There's a $90 million man, Masataka Yoshida, the Macho Man. Ooh, yeah, dig it. And many more players on here. This is the Red Sox 2024 Red Sox yearbook. Really excited about this. And if you don't have one, you don't have, if you don't have a Red Sox yearbook or a collection of them, you're not a hardcore Red Sox fan like myself. So I love, I'm a hardcore Red Sox fan, very passionate. And let's put it back in the, so very excited. Very, very, very excited. Let me just do that. Very excited. There we are. So, I hope you guys, hope you good folks out there. Listen, all your teams are good. Like I said, sometimes if your teams lose, remember, they're just a key player or two away from putting it all together and winning a championship. And that's what I hope for your teams to do, is acquire good players and hopefully give great competition. And I've always believed that. Listen, if my teams don't win, my Boston teams don't win, I know why. All right? That's the thing. That's the only difference. The reason why I don't complain about them as much is because, okay, I would say, okay, this is what they're missing, and they'll have to try to fill that void. Simple as that. So, all you other Boston sports fans, I do all the other fan bases sports fan bases outside of Boston. I do apologize if we get too toxic sometimes. But for me personally, I try not to be toxic. I try to be classy, show respect to the other teams, and say, okay, this is what you guys did wrong. This is what we need to do. Like Peter Gagno, I want to thank him for saying, hey, Pasta was not non-existent in the playoffs. Excellent point. I just realized it because we haven't heard much from him, any noise from him, and that could be a main reason why the Bruins have lost. So, but again, it's going to take more than just Pasta and Marshy to step up. So they're going to have, other players are going to step up besides Brad Marchand and David Pastrnak. So we'll see what happens. So that's all the time we have on the show. Episode 1435. Eric Lima's Shenanigans 1977 is complete. Big Beefy E's Boston Ballers Beat Episode 2 is complete. It's a long one. Probably the longest I did in a long time. So upcoming next, I'll talk about what happened on Monday Night Raw, and then the final Trebek Tuesday of May of 2024. Thank you for tuning in. Until next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home.
That is all for today's episode. This is your announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, doing for Bob Saget Productions, and in association with a Raven Bofa Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching today's episode. Tune in next time for another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Goodbye for now.